Our podcast is a part of the World Podcast Network, now with over 1,000 podcasts. Visit the World Podcast Network at worldpodcast.network to listen to podcasts in over 12 genres. Come vote our podcast episodes up and help us rise on the leaderboard. If you have a podcast of your own, you can join for free. Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I am Tanika, and today we are going to be discussing B90 episode 5. So we do have Letitia on this episode, but before we hop into that, let's go into some hot goss. So it's just me, by the way, in the beginning part. It's just me in the intro. So let's do some hot goss. So this is Love is Blind related, and this is related to Marshall. So Marshall has split from his fiance, Shay Barnes. People confirmed this. He had called it quits with Shay less than a year after they got engaged, saying, quote, ultimately, we came to the realization that we are in two different places in life right now. And this was said on September 26th. You know, it's okay. Things happen and we're not ruling each other out. Time will only tell, he shared. She understands that I understand it. She understands that I understand it. And we are just going forward, he said. Marshall added that the pair's relationship was a very positive experience because he deserved that. Next, this is also Love is Blind related, but nothing. This is one I more want to laugh about, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. So, contestants from season 6 of Love is Blind, Sarah Ann and Jeremy, have decided to call it quits. This news comes barely 6 months after the show's intense reunion was released on Netflix, if you remember that shit show. Sarah Ann and Jeremy, yes, I know his name is Jeremy, but bear with me, lived together and were in an on and off relationship for at least a year. Sarah Ann took to her Instagram stories to reveal her side of the story, saying, quote, it's time to address the end of my relationship with Jeremy. Really, no one cares. But she wrote this on September 24th. She noted that she didn't feel like it was her obligation to explain, but rather because she wanted to. Very good for you. I don't care. People had been reaching out to her and bringing up some of their concerns. Why? About Jeremy's current love life. Again, are we surprised though? Let's pretend for a second that they were still together when that was happening. Let's not forget he probably was going to be cheating on her and leave his location on. Anyways, so yeah, this is why she had opened up about it, saying, quote, I still get a lot of people asking me if we are together, letting me know he's dating other people on apps, etc. Happy with the platform she has been given. Okay. Sarah Ann even noted why she wanted to clear the air, saying, quote, I'm still in pursuit of finding my true love. Good for you. The reality star even mentioned her journey of healing and growth and noted that she collected fan questions. They will be answered in forthcoming Instagram reels to end the questions and the rumors. Go at it if you choose. I will not be, but anyways. That's that. Let's move on to the last piece of hot goss, and this is Bachelor Nation related. I thought this was an interesting one. It's a little different than what I normally would technically cover, but I did find this a little bit interesting. So let's go at it. Joey is definitely keeping his relationship with Kelsey the priority while he is dancing his ass off on the ballroom, or in the ballroom, saying, quote, it was something I thought about coming in, this particular thing they will be talking about, and he said this during the September 26th episode of the Almost Famous podcast of how his partnership on Dancing with the Stars would be analyzed by fans, saying, quote, I wanted to be in a situation where I was comfortable that I didn't have to worry about a lot of this noise. So I asked when I got on the show to be paired with someone that was in a successful and healthy relationship. Interesting. Joy recalled telling the Dance with the Stars producers, quote, "I didn't want there to be any chance of noise on this because I know that comes with the show and the territory sometimes." He said that it's such in a great place in my life with everything that I guess he just didn't want to really mess with that. But again, I mean, we've had people who have been on the show before. We've had Caitlyn. I mean, she wasn't actually in a relationship at the time that she was on the show. She was in her relationship. We've had why is her name not even coming? Charity. God, I'm okay. We had Charity on here. Um we've definitely also had people who've been on the show before who were single. I get that, but it's like your relationship is so new still that and we also still respect the relationship as well, that we're not going to I mean, it'd be really bullshit, but I don't feel like the majority of people are not going to put speculation out there. And again, is your relationship not strong enough that Kelsey can read between the lines and not really worry about other people's noise? That's the part of it for me that I'm like, what's going on in your world that you had to ensure that that happened? It's weird. But for those who are not watching the show, because I'm actually not watching, I do want to watch, but I kind of want to watch at the end. I don't know, but I also just don't have time to watch. There's so much shit going on, so many different things I have to watch. You know, I'm Menendez Bros and everything like that, so I don't have time. But in case for those who are like me and don't have time, Joey is paired with Jenna Johnson, who is married to Val Chmerkovskiy. And yeah, that's basically that. That's it for the hot goss for this episode. So we're gonna jump in now to the B90 episode. Again, is with Letitia. I don't think there's really anything that we have to kind of preface initially. I think everything will be pretty okay that we can talk about. But yeah, so that's basically that. We're gonna jump into that. Just as an announcement, so people kind of know, the next thing that should be coming is, I'm gonna say, Sister Wives. I'm hoping I'm supposed to be recording with Letitia on that. We'll see kind of how that goes. But yeah, that's what should be coming next. If not, then maybe Love is Blind. We will see. But that is it for me. I'm going to transition into the episode now. All right, so here we are talking B90. We got Letitia here.
Hi.
Hi. So we're going to be talking about the most recent episode, and let's get into it. We're going to start off strong with Loren and Faith. I'm sorry. They're first. That's who we're talking about first.
Lovely.
So we start off with him saying, so I did some research to see how, what's the limits to make sure she doesn't get it. You can't do anything. Even you don't have to have an STD to know you can't do
You can't do
anything.
anything sexual. Like, hello.
It's called bodily fluids. So however way you can swap bodily fluids is how you can get it.
It's how you can get it.
So he said that. And he also then says this, which I'm like, if this is happening, you have to wait for this girl to come to you and tell you. He says, well, I guess that explains the gunk that's coming out of my penis. Fucking disgust. You're disgusting. Ain't no one watching this show need to know all of that. And how bad did it get for gunk to become not like things are a little different. There is stuff coming out of your penis when you pee. Did you not think that was abnormal?
Did he not have an itch or a burn?
I don't know. I've never had gonorrhea, so I don't know how it works. But no, I've never had that, so I don't know how it works. But you must have had it. I feel like you must have had it for a really long time.
He had
Like
to,
he
because
gave it to her.
He gave it to her or she gave it to him.
Well, he's saying she gave it to me. But I'm thinking he probably
It's
gave it to her and didn't know he had it
the
or
amount
was
of,
ignoring it.
the amount of people that he has sex with, you would
Exactly.
know you're having sex with men and women, so you don't even know what the hell he has.
Yeah. Like,
Nasty ass.
don't know what's I'm sorry. That's what's happening. Then
But like I said to you, it's just like if you want to have sex with different sexes or whatever the case, hello protection, use a condom, wrap it up.
yeah,
Like why are you having sex unprotected? Like your
with
dick
every
should fall
Tom, Dick,
off.
and Harry. Like, what?
And who was attracted to this man?
He's
Ooh.
so, who he kind of gives me the Joker. He kind of looks like the Joker, like Joaquin Phoenix Joker. That's kind of what he looks like when his face is all like scrunched up and that's what he looks like. He has a Glasgow smile. That's exactly what's going on here. Okay. So, like, I don't get it. He's not for me. I have
Definitely
a
not for
particular
the
type, and it's more towards like the Kobe's of the 90 Day universe. So, um, that's not that's not for me.
my type is not even on the show. So
You think?
I
I
don't
feel
think
like he
so.
could have like I think I've seen pictures of
I don't find Kobe attractive.
okay, well that's just the difference between me and you, because I do.
Yeah. I don't find him attractive. He's not he's not attractive to me.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
yeah, he's a dark skin. Like yes, he's dark skinned, but he's not my cup of tea.
Well,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like and there's no one that I'm attracted to on the show. Like nobody.
yeah, I mean, like I think maybe your type might be more like the OGs that are no longer on the show anymore. Like what's his face with a Jamaican guy who's with that white girl and they hug. That doesn't help. Um, the Jamaican guy who will be like most definitely. Remember that? That's what we always say, like most definitely. And she had this sister who was definitely a Karen.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right
But
now.
they have
People
together
are
now, don't they?
screaming. Hmm?
They have kids together now, don't they?
If they have more than one, I don't even know that. Like I know they have one, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Like she had a kid from before, and then they had a kid as well. I
Yeah.
feel like that might be more like your speed, but not that I'm against that either. I'm just saying Kobe's similar to my boyfriend. My
Yeah.
boyfriend's cuter. And he's similar in terms of the build and everything like that. It's kind of similar. Um,
Mhm.
so that's where it's kind of more coming from. But yes, no, back to Loren. That's not it for me. Um,
Yeah.
at all. So he says, yeah, it should, be cleared up in like a week and a half, because that's what she says, which yes. But they
Well,
still
how's he gonna
say,
clear it up when he hasn't even had to? What, has he even taken medication to clear it
no, he
up?
has to still get the medication. He says once he takes the medication, it should clear up in like a week and a half. But here's the thing, full disclosure, the person who's had to deal with similar things, yes, it clears up in a week, but you still can't have unprotected sex for like a month. So what's he gonna do? Just go bareback on her and potentially there's potential that he could infect her? Like, that's the part that's like, hopefully a doctor will tell him that, but again, I don't know
I
because
really hope Faith does not have sex with this individual.
I really hope so too, especially after hearing all of this.
Oh yeah.
Not even so
I
much
really
about it's not even so much about the STD, like whatever it happens, shit happens, whatever.
yeah.
It's about the fact that he's cheating on her and she viewed
Yeah.
that as cheating.
Like we've been talking for 6 months, and you're gonna tell me that it's okay for you to have sex with Tom, Dick, and Harry?
We'll get to that whole conversation because it's just like he completely invalidates her and gaslights her through the whole time he's telling her. And it's like, no, no. It's one thing if you guys established that, You
Yep.
didn't establish it. You just assumed it's okay for me because we hadn't met each other yet.
Exactly. But you and I are talking. We're talking on a regular basis. We're talking every day. So hello, we're in a relationship.
Yeah. That's
So
not
I don't understand how that works.
it's not a pass because we don't know each other physically for you to just cheat.
Exactly.
So yeah, but he says like it'll clear up in about a week, week and a half. It's just like food poisoning. Um, I've potentially had food poisoning. Sir, it's not like food poisoning.
No,
Not at all.
it's far from food poisoning.
Yeah. And like I don't even think food poisoning is contagious.
Food poisoning is not contagious.
No. This
Oh
is
boy.
not like obviously airborne, but it's contagious. So
Yeah, it's contagious.
anyway,
Oh, we
um
can't kiss. Why can't we kiss?
but yeah, he's like, you know, it should be implied though that I've been having sex with other people. This is what he's saying, like before he sees her, and it's like, so you just assume that everyone thinks the way you do. She doesn't have the experience in being in relationships and having her heart broken. She hasn't experienced in that sense. You have to go through life experiences and be in relationships to learn that men suck. And she hasn't experienced that yet. So you
Nope.
just expect her to just know? If you're, he's fucked. But, she's like, yes, we're gonna go do some fun stuff today, but obviously, like, we're gonna have to break the news about the STD in the room. So, that's gonna happen. And while they're getting into the car, Faith is like, I'm feeling more connected to him. I'm feeling good about this. And you're just like, girl, if you knew.
You better
Um,
stay far away connected because y'all don't need to connect
don't be
anytime soon.
connected. Don't be connected. Okay. Sorry, I'll take a quick break. We're back at it. So, yeah, she's saying she's feeling connected, blah, blah, blah. So they're going to this, like, I think it's like a dam or something. I don't know. There's waterfalls. Yeah, it's pretty, whatever. And she kind of says to him, like, on the way there, if you do end up staying here, like, we need to get to know each other, blah, 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 which is like, yes, obviously. And he's feeling a little bit of pressure, obviously, because he has to tell her about the STD and he's hoping that it doesn't delay the progress that they're making, which it's like, well, it will.
Well, you delayed it,
It
all right.
will. Like, if this was tabled again returned, like, would it not make you feel away? That's the thing. If a woman came to a man and says, I have this, it's like the world's coming to an end, you know?
Yeah.
But she's just
To be
supposed to
honest
accept
with
it.
you, I wouldn't even let's say he does get treated. I wouldn't feel comfortable having sex with him.
And again, it has nothing to do with the STD, but it's about the fact of
Right.
like you're going to continue, I guess, having sex with other people because you don't
Right.
view monogamy
Exactly.
in the same way probably she does.
And that's not it's just like I can't give myself to you sexually knowing that you're out there having sex with women and men. Like that just does not sit right with me. And then on top of
No.
that, you're not protecting yourself. And on top of that, now you have an STD. Like, no, we need to go our separate ways.
Yeah, that's the thing because like for us, and I'm assuming Faith as well, is we prefer monogamy. He
Yes.
doesn't. That's fine. Both sides are fine. But the thing is like you have to allow her to make that decision. You're
Right.
taking away her agency by not saying anything to her about it and just expect her to be okay with it.
Right. That's not okay at all.
No.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, they get to the dam, whatever, the waterfall, sure. And he's taking pics of her because she wants to look like a mermaid, whatever. And then they go swimming in their regular clothes, which is like, okay, I understand that she doesn't want to wear a bathing suit because she feels insecure about her
Uncomfortable.
body. I
Right.
get that. And I can maybe even understand that he's going to do the same to make her feel comfortable. Okay, fine. Y'all gonna come with extra pair of clothes. Because that was my first thought. As a black
Because
person, I'm like,
if
y'all
you
couldn't
know you're
come?
going to the dam or to the river or
Yeah,
to
you
the
can't hide
ocean,
behind a tree or a rock or something and change your
you
clothes.
guys couldn't bring a change of clothes, a towel, and change?
Yeah, they had no towel. Because when they came out, I'm like, where's your towel?
They
Actually, no,
weren't
I
in
don't
a
think it was them. It
hotel.
wasn't them. I'm getting confused with Corona and Inky. When they do the cold plunge, they don't have a towel.
Listen, don't even get me started with that dumbass girl.
First of all, A, not me, not I. She's right. Black people are not supposed to do that. Yeah, she did it. Hell no. Mm-mm.
I can't stand her right now.
I'm
She's
getting
very
cold just thinking
irritating.
about it. That's just that. But anyway, so they go into the water. It's all like romantical and stuff because, yeah. And she feels graceful because her hair is just, she's feeling like a woman, I guess. And I'm just like,
Bitch,
women will look like soaking wet dogs. Like, what are you talking about? I don't look graceful in the water. No.
was having a hell of a time in that water.
See, exactly. I don't want to put my head under the water, like none of that. Like, because my hair is gonna get messed up. Yeah, no. I love swimming, but I don't look graceful doing it. Um, so they come out of the water and they're gonna leave, and he's like, okay, now's the time, I gotta tell her. And he's like, yeah, so I felt the vibes over there with the kissing vibes and everything. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, about that, we can't kiss. Why? He's like, well, got this little thing, this pesky thing called gonorrhea of the penis. We have to make sure we're making the difference here. It's not gonorrhea of the throat. He has gonorrhea of the penis. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. So gonorrhea of the penis. And he explains to her it's a sexually transmitted disease, which, I mean, she did look confused. So
Yeah.
that's why he's so, yeah. And she's like, seriously? And she's like, when did you get this? And he's like, so remember when I sent you the picture of that Thai girl on Halloween? Motherfucker, you sent her a picture of the girl you're about to have sex with? Or potentially already had sex with because he slept with her twice. So he says. Uh, mm. If my man did that to me, he's he's 6 feet under. That's all I gotta say. Hell no, you're not sending me a picture of the girl. You're, mm-mm. So, so he sends her a picture of the girl who is Thai. So you clearly have a fetish, but nonetheless, um, he said that she spent the night, and yeah, we had sex because yeah, why not? But basically, wait, he says she spent the night in what? I thought you were homeless. Did she
They
spend the night
spent
in your car? Like, what's going on
outside.
here?
She spent the
Spent
night
the night
outside.
outside. You spent
Because
the night.
if you're homeless,
Um,
where are you staying? Where are you having sex? Hello?
like in his car. She spent the night in my car. Um, and she's like, okay, well, we've been talking online for months now, and like that's cheating. He's like, no, it's not.
No,
It's
no.
not cheating. We didn't like meet each other in person, so I figured it's fine. And she's like,
Jackass.
this is exactly what I said. I literally said asshole. Like, are you kidding? And she's like, yes, it is. He's like, you think so? You also think so. Otherwise, you would have told her this is what you were doing behind her back the entire time if you thought nothing
Exactly.
was wrong with it. You think so? Shut up.
Let me
Um,
talk to you for a minute. This water just is calling me to put your head
into it.
because like
Oh, it was an accident. He slipped and he fell. Like, seriously. And she's like, I trusted him. You know, she's saying she's, feeling stupid, betrayed, and all that. And Yeah. Mm-mm. I would have been done. I wouldn't have even, I would have left him there to figure it out. That's what I would have
Absolutely.
done. Um, and it's funny because he's like, for me, it was just meaningless sex. It didn't mean anything.
Well, it meant something to her because she gave you an STD,
Or he gave her an STD.
or vice versa.
1000% he gave her the STD. And he's like, yeah, this meant nothing. I feel guilty for what I did. In about 2 seconds,
No,
he's
you
going to
don't.
say he doesn't feel guilty for what he did and that she should have known. So then you don't feel guilty.
He doesn't feel guilty at all. He's a liar.
Um, yeah, she feels betrayed and disrespected. And when they're in the car, I love this. I said, yes, Faith. When she's there in the car, she's like, why are you smiling? Thank you. The entire time he is telling her he has gonorrhea, he has this stupid Glasgow smile on his face. And
That's what I'm telling you. His face bothers me.
his his everything bothers me, but yes. And he has a stupid smile on his face and he's still smiling. Like, are you okay? It's like he's pleased with himself. I'm pleased that I'm getting gunk out of my penis. Like he's just happy. Ugh, gross.
His
Um,
mom should fall off.
Everything should fall off. And she says, like, here we call that Tulu or Tulo, um, what they call STDs. But then she takes it
Hmm.
a step too far, which, maybe that's just how they think there. But she takes it a little too far here and says, from that you're gonna get AIDS. No, you no,
I
no.
understand. I understand where I no, he's not. But if he continues going down the route that he is going,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
having sex with, unprotected sex with different people all the time, it's
Yes,
very possible.
absolutely. And that part I understand, but she didn't make it seem that way. She made it seem like the gonorrhea is going to turn to AIDS, which
Yeah.
no, it does. That's not how
So
that works.
I don't think she has a good understanding of what.
Yeah, it makes you curious, like what they teach in
Yeah.
the Philippines when it comes to stuff like this. And it's not like like, I don't know if she's from Manila, but you would think at least in Manila being the capital, it would be maybe a little better with the educational system, but again, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it but you're right. If he keeps going the way he is going and he's not like at the end of the day, he is having sex with women who have penises. And no matter how we take that view, you do have to be careful because I don't know if he is the one on, if he's the top or he's the bottom or he's both. Like, I don't know
Who's doing the bending? Like, hello.
who's doing what in the equation. But I think if you are a male having sex with anyone who has a penis, you
Yeah,
should be on prep.
absolutely.
So at least then it will deal with any potential. Like there's so much at your fingertips now when it comes to combating that wasn't available even 30 years ago. Go out and make sure you're protecting yourself, but clearly he's not thinking like that. Like I don't know. Um so yeah, he says, "Well, no, I don't have AIDS." And he's like, "Have you never had anyone in your life get an STD like this before?" She's like, "I don't have friends like that." Shit. Shit. Then again, like my mom said, she's like, but maybe your friends have and they just don't say they have, you know?
True.
Like, not
But though
everyone.
it's the way how she said it.
I don't have friends like that.
She said it with pure confidence.
I'm just gonna pray for you. I'm just gonna pray for
Oh
Oh
God.
God. Um, so she says, people in the Philippines, when they hear something like this, their first reaction would be disgust. Well, that's similar here too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And she just asks, like, how many times did you have sex with her? He says 2 times. I don't believe him. But anyways,
I don't either.
I think he definitely, any chance he got. with this particular person. But again, he's
Absolutely.
also not saying the full truth. This is her opportunity to say, oh, by the way, there's others. You know, now's the time. Let it all out there.
But he's not. He's not. He's not. He's not man enough to tell the truth.
No. And she's like, you were cheating. And he's like, well, you didn't ask. I,
I don't have to ask if you
I,
and I are in a relationship.
that's exactly that. I shouldn't have to be like, oh, by the way, are you cheating on me? Like, I shouldn't have to ask that question,
Exactly.
especially if I think we're monogamous and you haven't told me otherwise, and you clearly know she thinks you're monogamous, but you didn't ask. Guess what? This is when she needs to realize there are others, and he is not going to stop. But why
That
didn't ask? Um, but you have to have known because she's a mind reader. She's not a mind reader. So I think I was saying that he's basically taking the onus off of himself and putting it on her by being like, well, you should have known. You should have known. Um,
so irritating.
I couldn't. I would have punched him in the face by now. Um,
Make his face look a little bit more crooked.
yeah. No, yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. Maybe he will then hide and never come back out again.
Like, I don't
Um,
know what bothers me the most about his face. I don't know if it's his nose or the way he smiles
it's
or
everything.
it's everything. It just is not proportioned properly.
Like, I wonder if someone did punch him in the face and that's what happened.
I wonder.
A botched surgery, like something happened. Something happened. Um, so yeah, she's like, he made a fool of me because she kind of says like being transgender and dating, it's really difficult. People don't accept her. And here she thought he did, but like clearly he doesn't respect me. Or like even just like people playing you like a fool or not taking you seriously because you're transgender. And he's proving that he doesn't take her seriously. Like
Right,
she's just a sexual object to him. You're my
right.
dream girl. You're my dream girl. Oh, yeah, he said that to
No,
you. You're
shut
you're my
up.
you're my dream. You're everything that I wanted. And it's like because um because she is a quote unquote lady boy, which I hate that term. But it's
Yeah, I don't
just
like that at all.
I don't like it. It's a derogatory term.
Yeah, it is.
It started in Thailand, but it's a derogatory term, and I hate that he keeps saying it. It's gross.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Um,
Just you call her a man or a woman, one of the two. You don't need to say, "Oh, I'm a lady boy."
yeah. Or even just
Mm,
like if you explain to other people she's a transgendered woman, that's one thing.
that's enough.
But just she is a woman, so just refer to her as such. Like anyway,
That too.
so she's like, I just need time. I'm in shock. And he's like, yeah, I messed up. I think she's probably gonna breaking up with me now. And it's like, and she should. And she should.
I agree.
But that's it for them. Do you have anything else you want to say for me?
No.
Great. Let's move on to the other stars of this season. Tigerlily and Adnan. Or just better yet, just Tigerlily, really and truly. She's the star. Because I don't know where they found her. I don't know. She's incredible. So they get to the wedding, and her initial thoughts are confusion. She's confused. And it's like, Google, everybody, Google, it is your best friend. I don't understand how no one does their research. Um, he explains though, usually Jordanian weddings are small. They're not like this at all. Like this is huge. This is extravagant. The venue is actually beautiful. I love the venue.
Mhm.
It's nice. He ordered flowers from Thailand. How much did that cost? Flowers are already expensive. And you go and get them imported
Right?
from Thailand.
Shit.
And there's golden mask people just standing around, and the producers are like, is that like cultural? Is there a reason for that? He's like,
He just
no,
liked it.
no, it's just me. That's
Yep,
all.
just wanted it. Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, she married into money.
She has money.
Mhm.
She already has money. So whatever. Um, so they're going to go change their clothes because they have like three different outfits. And they are given 10 minutes to get ready. But with the request, they've asked for 15. So they have 15 minutes. So let's see how it goes.
That
Anon,
didn't go very well.
pardon,
It didn't go very well.
no. Anon told her that they would be going in with one look, but then they're going to go into a different look when they're going to be presented as husband and wife. She's like, I'm not sure if this is like the culture or if it's just him. He explains, no, it's just me. It's just me. It's not a cultural thing. Usually you have one outfit, but if you come in with two, then it's special
So please.
and expensive. So they're getting ready in the same room. I'm not sure whose idea this was. And they're getting ready in the same room. And she's getting upset because she can't get ready. She also gets upset because he's shirtless. And she's like, do you think like I should be shirtless too? So that we're matching because like you're shirtless in front of Shay. Shay don't give a shit. Shay has crews. Everyone's fine. Like, calm down. And she's like getting so upset that he's
The way
shirtless.
how she talks pisses me off.
Oh, it's fun to make fun of.
She sounds like
Um,
a damn Kardashian. Like I just can't.
yeah, she does. Yeah, she does. I think that's the point. She's like, it's a double standard. Like, because I can't do it, but like he can. But she she needs to get dressed, but like the guys are all here like helping him. She's like, he has like three people helping him get ready. And like I have like that dress with like the hooky things and the different stuff. And it's like, I need help and I can't get ready. And I'm gonna need more than 5 minutes to get ready. Is there like a bathroom someone can go into? Like I don't know. Like I don't know.
Nonetheless, she should have got dressed first.
Yeah, she should have. But
But
this is
there should have been separate rooms as well.
there should have been separate rooms, but this is Adnan's world and she's just living in it.
Of course. Like a fool.
Yeah. Um, she's like, can you guys like I think Shay's like, can you guys like leave, like get out of here so we can get ready? Um, she's like, well, I guess I just have to like just wait. And is this how it's gonna be? Like, do I have to like wait on him? Be below the man? Because that's like not gonna work for me. But you married him, bitch. You married him. Did you ask any
The first
questions?
fucking she didn't. Her
Not a
first thing was
single
like, is my
question.
outfit okay? Her first question was, is my outfit okay?
We'll
Oh, we'll
fix it.
change it.
We'll fix
What do you
it.
mean we'll fix
What do
it?
you mean we'll fix it?
Fucking dodo bird.
What do you mean we'll fix it?
Oh my
Oh God.
god.
It's the outfit. We'll fix it. What do you mean? So anyway, they leave the room. She's able to get ready. Someone's knocking on the door, and Shay's like, "Go away,"
Yeah,
because she's not
honestly.
gonna be ready like, enough.
Mm.
And he's like, it's not okay to keep 200 people waiting.
Yes, the fuck it is.
Maybe if you were smart, sir, you let her get her dress on. It probably would have taken 10 minutes, and you take 5 minutes to get ready because you're
Because
putting
he
on a
didn't need all
suit.
those people to help him get ready. Like, no.
Why did he need tie this, tie that, whatever? It's like, what is happening?
You're
It's a
putting on a
suit.
suit.
It's a suit. Get out of here. Anyway,
Ridiculous.
so dumb. So her dress is really pretty though when she has everything on. And when someone comes in to find out where, like, the ETA, are you guys ready? And he's like, my queen is getting ready. Oh, now your queen's getting ready. When before you were like, let's go.
Rushing her.
Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. And I'm just trying to speed past to the best part of this whole thing with them. Well, her. So, yeah, so the queen's getting ready, blah, blah, blah. And she says, nothing about it will be like a deal breaker. Like, I really love him. Can't get through this shit.
I messaged you during this part as well because I was like, is this bitch okay?
I was dead. I was dead. She's like, okay. Like, if I found out, like, I can't.
If I find out like he was like a serial killer, then maybe we can fix that and we would help him, like, not do serial killing anymore.
No, no, she's like, like, if I found out like he was like a serial killer, as long as he didn't like turn me into a skin suit, that would be okay. We would find a way to stop his serial killing. I love him.
This girl's a real idiot and a
It would
dumbass
be
blonde.
okay, y'all. It would be okay. It would be okay.
She's so stupid.
As long as he's not Leatherface, it would be okay.
And she has children and her
If he was a serial killer, like, that's fine. That's fine. Because, like, I love him. We'll just, like, take him to therapy and make his serial killing go away. Listen, I listen to true crime podcasts. I watch Dateline. I watch the whole shit. Spoiler alert, it doesn't just go away. You know when it
in
goes
her
away?
mind it
When they go to
does.
prison.
In her mind it does.
Like okay. If she was a brunette, y'all, she would have been the perfect victim for Ted Bundy. Cause like he's
Well, we
like,
don't know if she's a natural blonde or not.
yes, I'm a natural blue. Uh, sorry, that made me think of Finding Nemo. Um, but no, I don't think she's a natural blonde. That's not her hair. We've established that, anyways. But this is the kind of person that if she lived in the 70s and she met Ted Bundy and he just well, as we spoiler alert, he's a serial killer, she would have been like, but like, I love him and like, he's so hot with like his fake cast and everything. Like, as long as he didn't want to kill me, it's fine. We'll fix it. What?
Everything is, we'll fix it. We'll fix
We'll
it.
fix
We'll
it.
fix it.
It's okay that he kills like other people's family members. Like, it's fine.
This girl's so stupid.
When she said that, my eyes widened. I've never like I said, where did you find her? She's perfection. Where did you find her? She's stupid for the real world, but for my entertainment, she's great. It's fine. Anyway, so they're watching like people dancing. And she's like, it's like Aladdin. I'm fucking done. It's Aladdin.
All she's missing is the magic carpet and Abu
And the genie. Don't forget the genie.
and Jafar
Jafar is a queen. Let's be real.
and the Sultan.
And the Sultan. It's like Aladdin. Like, why
No,
do
what's his,
why do
no, what's
American people equate Arab, Arabian to Arabian Night?
isn't what's his face? No, what's his face? Shakana and whatever his damn name is. He's like, oh, I'm your
Takana.
sultan. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm your sultan.
No,
What's
no,
the
no, no, no.
sultan?
No, 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 no. You said it incorrect. He said Sultan, and she said the same thing back to him. What's a Sultan? Idiot. Sultan. It's Sultan. What's a Sultan? She did not watch Aladdin, y'all.
Clearly, she didn't like.
What's a Sultan?
Yo, there are some dumb people on this cast, this show. Like, oh my gosh.
And the fact, I mean, this was not supposed to be the Other Way podcast right now episode, but the fact that they walk 2 seconds into the apartment and they start arguing immediately. Like, immediately. So, did you make that therapy appointment? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I made. What's the therapist's name? I don't know. Uh, and she's like, "Did you actually do it?" No, no, I didn't. No, I told a white lie. Figured it wouldn't be that bad. Then it turns into a pink lie later on. If you caught that, I don't know if you did, but I did. And I'm just like, oh, now it's a pink lie. Okay. All right. I can't. And I should find the video. Shekinah pre-surgery. I don't know who that person is. If it wasn't for the voice that came out of her mouth, I would not know that was Shekinah. She looked completely different. But my mom literally says, well, at least she looks more natural than he does. And I'm like, natural? That's your idea of natural?
Her lips bother me.
Her lips hurt. They have to hurt. I'm sorry. Anyways, that's basically it with Tigerlily and her serial killer. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, great. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. We'll
We'll
fix it.
we'll fix it. It's fine.
Dumbass.
So let's go to Niles and Matilda. Every time I say her name, I just think of the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
And the
gosh.
chokey and all that. Yeah.
Um,
So he is packing his suitcase. He says that he's doing quote unquote inventory to make sure he has everything.
I'm
Just help
sorry, but
him feel
the
in control.
the burnt bacon.
You want some? You want
No.
some? No, it's and honestly, when he says like when the smoke alarm goes off and he's like, that's like torturous, I'm like, oh my God, I'm watching my brother. Because that same thing, and that smoke detector goes off. Yeah, no. He does not like it. He is very he's high functioning as well. So um everything that he says, it's like I'm watching my brother do this, and I'm like, I want to say abort,
Oh
don't
my
go to
god.
Ghana, don't get no.
Yeah, just all that loud noise and everything is gonna bother him.
Yeah, yeah. So he does have a gift for her. It's a necklace because that is all that he could afford currently. And the producers are like, so you don't have a ring? He's like, no, no. I think you should have maybe forgotten the necklace, got her a ring because you did propose to her. So you could have at least given her an engagement ring, even if you don't plan on marrying her.
Right?
Um, on this trip. He says that he wants his family to be there, like that's important to him. And obviously, right now, his family is not on board with this relationship. Um, he kind of gets a little bit emotional talking about it, kind of saying, like, I wish they would trust me, trust my decisions.
Yeah.
Which I understand, but I also understand it from the family's perspective as well as like when you have a family member who is autistic, sometimes it's hard to let go of those strings to kind of
Yeah.
let them go free and hope they make the right decisions.
Yeah.
Because you just don't want someone to take advantage of them and you want to make sure they're making right decisions. So I see from both sides. So yeah, he said if I did come back married, they would probably have issues accepting that. Probably. He says the producers ask us such a stupid question, and I love how blunt he was in this moment. Like, duh. They're like, does something hurt your feelings? He's like, what do you think? Duh.
Like, stop asking me dumb fucking questions.
It's the producer's job, sucks, stupid questions. Anyway, so yeah, he says it would hurt him, um, but they aren't on board. But do they just trust me? Trust that I can do this.
Right.
And he also, another thing he hasn't told Matilda, that his family is not on board. So she doesn't know that either. And I mean, I get that it's hard for him to make those have those conversations, but he needs to have those conversations.
Definitely.
Yeah. Um, so he gets to the airport and this employee that's there is like, okay, so you're gonna be going to I think it's Accra is the name of the city he's flying into. And it's like, that's a long flight. And he's like, yep, yeah, it is. He's not about it. He's not looking forward to this long ass trip. He has
No.
never no. He's never been to the airport alone before. He usually has his family with him. Um, but he's headed to his destination. So
Yep.
then we see him when he's traveling, he says, traveling is a lot for him. The lights, the noise, everything. Like it's they're hypersensitive to these things. It's overwhelming for them. They process
Yeah.
differently. And he says, speaking to himself out loud, rubbing his temples, looking around kind of helps him to kind of just like ground himself. Um, and he's on flight number 2. So I guess you can get a direct flight. I don't know, that might also be expensive, but I
Oh,
feel
I
like
think
if
I think you have to get 2 flights.
he flights, yeah. I kind of if there was a direct flight option, I think that would have been the best for him, but there
Oh, yeah, for
probably
sure.
isn't. But 24 hours earlier, we are in Ghana with Matilda. She is from Ofinso. Ofinso? That's where
She's from
she's from. That's six
somewhere.
hours 6 hours away from where he's landing, the capital of Ghana. And she says that she doesn't really have like a great job or anything. She helps her mom sell plantains. Yeah, notice she said plantains. Did
Yeah,
she say
right,
plantains? She
not
said it
plantain,
right. She's just yes. Let
not no,
this let this be something for all y'all people out there who want to say plantains. It's plantain.
it's plantain, not
It's plantain.
plantain. Y'all don't sit your ass on a mountain. Shit, when you go, you it's a mountain, not a mountain.
That's so
Plantain,
true.
mountain,
Plantain.
captain.
How about plantain? So
Shit.
dumb. Every
Let
time
me
I
speak
hear
to the captain. Let's go to the mountain. Let's eat some plantain. Shut the fuck up.
no, it's plantain. Y'all are wrong. Now I know sometimes Jamaicans can be wrong, but the fact that an African person said plantain is a
It's
plantain.
it's plantain. Thank you. Shit.
So
Drives me insane.
they sell the plantains for 8 cents each. So I think we need to go to Africa and buy some plantain because plantain do not cost that here.
Not that it doesn't.
Um, so she's with these two friends who I initially thought were kind of cute, but that will quickly change because I don't like them because they're ignorant and I don't like ignorance.
Yeah.
So they kind of start by asking like about him, what's he like? And she says all these different things about how he looks and everything like that. And she says he's also autistic.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, does that mean like they don't like he doesn't function right? Like he's a cripple?
Oh my.
Motherfuck.
Not the quick.
Autistic people are not cripples. They are intelligent people. Some maybe can't communicate the way you think they should, quote unquote, and some can communicate you right off your fucking ass.
Oh
But they're
yeah.
cripple. Fuck that guy. Anyway, they're not hot anymore, like I said. And she explains that her dad passed away and he was kind of the breadwinner. He did carpentry. So I think like since his death, like the family seems to be suffering financially, which I think is a motivator for her. Like I don't know enough about them together to know whether or not she's using him,
Right.
but at the very least, I think she is pushing this marriage because she wants that K3 visa.
I do too.
So, but if you're smart, you'd actually do a K1 visa because I think the K1 visa is a shorter process than the K3. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, she does explain that before they get married, he's gonna have to pay the bride price.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be, as we know, we've seen many bride prices on these shows, items of some sort as well as money.
Yep.
So see how that goes. Let's move on to Brian and Ingrid. First of all, what do you think about his little story about how he ended up in the wheelchair? I'm asking you a question.
I know.
This is an audio podcast.
I'm so shocked.
I mean, I'll describe what's happening here. She's blinking quite a bit. She looks confused. Yeah.
Because like,
I literally had Keith Morrison, and I know you may not know who Keith Morrison is. He's on Dateline, but I had Keith Morrison in my mind being like, you know, Keith Morrison, doing what he does best and giving his amazing monologues about how, this town was peaceful and then this shit happened.
I just don't like. I just don't like. I'm not like. I don't believe him.
You don't believe him?
Like he's not. I don't. He's not. He's not being honest
Well, we do
and
know that
coming
there's
up.
more to come.
Yes,
Yeah.
but fuck, like just be
Just
honest.
put it all out there all at once.
Stop. Like giving her one scene and then the next scene and then
Like you're edging her.
yeah, just lay it all out so she can process everything that you're telling her.
Yeah. I mean, I do
That's
think it's truthful, but I think there is more to it.
there's a lot more to it because
Yeah.
I don't think that he's not saying everything that needs to be said. And just like come on, just tell her what it is. If you're going to tell the story and give her everything that needs to be known in the story.
Yeah.
Don't give her like one chapter, two chapter, three. No, give me the whole fucking chapter and call it a day. So that way I have an understanding. I know what took place. Let me just give it to me, you know? But the fact that you're telling her in pieces or in chapters, like that's annoying. Because then now she's gonna take in a portion of it. Okay, everything's gonna be cool, calm, and collective. And then you're gonna hit her with chapter three.
And chapter one was him lying about his age. I I I have no problems with my age. I I'm proud of my age.
I don't know why he
So then
didn't
why'd
want to
you lie? You lied about your age because you're talking to a person. She's what, 29, 30? I can't remember how old she is. She's somewhere in that age range. So you would have talked to her when she was like 20 something and she would have been either a pregnant or not pregnant yet. I don't know. But you're talking to this person who's clearly a lot younger than you are, and you know you can't hit her with the truth. So you lie.
Yep.
So chapter
That's
four to come
crazy.
our way. So they did spend the night together. However, it was cold. Their backs were to each other. They didn't, talk about anything. She's going home today to be with her son,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna get some food before they go. Although I thought they were gonna go get breakfast. They went and got Sundays. So whatever. She says, like, I have to process everything that's been told to me. I had to do this all in a short time. He's saying he felt judged by her, which I can understand that because I don't think it was fair of her to say, "Oh, you know, you might go back into drugs 25 years later,
Right.
or, you know, maybe you only went sober and got out of this lifestyle because you were in the chair." He did say to you he was trying to get out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not going to be an easy road. Like there's no compassion about it, I guess. So I do
Right.
understand that from his perspective. Um And he explains, like, that hurt me. She does apologize for that. I think this is the part where you apologize for not telling her initially, but hey, that's me. And he doesn't apologize. So, and, he's like, I've been through so much in my life that I would never go back to selling drugs again. Probably true, whatever.
Yeah.
And He's like, I would like to stop by later to meet your son. And she says, I need more time on that. And
Yep.
he wants to be all butthurt because she says no to him meeting, even though they've had conversations. He wants to be butthurt about it. And I said, sir, that is
Look what you
her
had.
kid. Those are her
Exactly.
kids. She does not need to introduce you to your kid. You are not
You're
you're not
nobody.
entitled to know her children. It is a
Mm-hmm.
privilege. You've lost said privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be all butthurt about it.
I agree.
So anyway, he takes her home and she kind of says, like, I kind of wanted an apology from him. I didn't get that. And yeah, no, she apologizes, but he didn't. And it's like, anyway. So he goes to buy flowers for her and to say, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And he because it's hard to be apart from her because like I don't know what she's thinking. And I'm like, you don't need to know what she's thinking.
No, you don't. This
Respect the boundary.
exactly, but you don't even want to respect her boundaries because you end up at her house.
Yeah, after she told you not to. And he's like, I know she asked for space, but like I just want this to work. And it's like,
Okay, so give her some space, damn it.
you're controlling the situation. You don't get to control it. Neither of them get to control, but she gets to control her space and she wants the space, so give that to her. Anyway,
Exactly.
he gets to her house and he calls her. And I don't know why there's something that he said that triggered this in me where I'm just like started singing Stevie Wonder. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. Do, 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 do.
God.
But instead, like this is a narcissist, so it's totally different. Um, but yeah, he says like I called and want I'm outside of the house. Can I come in? And just drove me nuts. He gives her the flowers, which are roses. They're her
Mm-hmm.
favorite flower, and all is forgiven. Yes, you can
Just
come.
like that.
Yes, you can come
Just
inside
like
and meet
that.
my son. I wrote
Yep.
that, so just like that. Everything's fine.
Yep.
Come meet my son. Stand your
No,
ground.
you would have had to go back in your car because there's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way. You have to go back in your car because thank you, but I still need to respect my boundaries and so do you, and you need to leave.
yeah. But anyway, he goes inside, struggles a little bit to get inside because the house is not designed for someone in a wheelchair, which I don't think they have that in mind. And he gives a car to her son, which
Mm-hmm.
she's absolutely thrilled about. She's like, I'm not gonna be sleeping tonight. That's great. But basically it for them. Let's move on to the next stars of this season. And that's Chidi and Rayne, whatever the fuck her name is. I don't even care anymore.
God.
So they're at a park called Freedom Park, and he tells her, your beauty just saturates the whole place and gives me light. And she's like, okay.
Nigga, you can't see.
He's going by some feeling. And she's like, okay, that's the equivalent of someone saying I love you and they say, okay.
Oh
Anyway,
my God.
he's like, what's the problem? And she says, nothing. Um, they see fish in a pond and she's describing them to him and she's like, so how am I doing guiding you? He's like, it's awesome. Um, and he says, like, just like the fishes, I can't survive without who can't survive without water. I can't survive without you. And I'm like, this is the problem I have with African men sometimes when they lay it on so thick and I'm like, get away
Yep.
from me. My boyfriend doesn't do that.
Oh God.
Like if he did, we wouldn't be here. I'm telling you that right now. We would not be here. 'Cause it just I'm like, no, get away from me.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, so she's like, he may be misguided by his faith. Who said he was misguided? But he may be misguided by his faith, but I still love him. She sounds a little bit
So,
like Tigerlily.
yep.
Um, she apologizes for her reaction the day before. She's like, it's not just about sex, it's also about the physical touch. And I'm like, I believe you believe that, but then I feel like that's it is also about the sex. Um, so she's like, I do respect your decisions, and he appreciates her understanding, and he gets why her really gets why she reacted the way she did. Because of how much they did talk about sex before. And she's like, do you feel ashamed for like talking to me in that way? And he's like, no, because like that's who I was before. People do change. And she does ask for him to give more affection and all of that. And she's like, I'm not like a sex crazed person. You may not be a
Right.
sex crazed person, but you're definitely a crazy person. Let's be real.
With those eyeballs,
Let the
crap.
chicken live.
I wouldn't want to sleep next to her.
No,
Because I'm not gonna wake up in the morning and your eyeballs are staring at me and be like, whoa. Mm-mm.
no,
Scaring the hell out of me.
no. It's a good thing he can't see her, I guess.
Oh shit.
Um, she's like, I didn't come all the way over here for sex. Like, I came over here to feel the love from Chidi. Okay.
Bitch, you want sex. Just shut up.
Uh, Eventually, she's not going to be satisfied with just being touched above the shirt. Oh.
Ridiculous.
Then they're on a nature conservatory. And she's like, what do you see? And I said, cue the blind camera. Let's go on. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Get this shit over with. I'm over it. Um, but he says, I feel she says, I feel bad that he isn't able to see this beauty and that was taken away from him. And then this monkey comes up to them to say hello, and they're petting him, and everything is great. This monkey is adorable. And then the monkey attacks because she was like grabbing its head or trying to grab its head, and he said, "Don't fucking touch me." And she's like, "I just had a heart attack." And I'm like, that
Mhm.
thing will rip your face off. It really will.
It will.
Um, and she's like, I've always wanted to touch monkeys. And that gave me like a Tiger King feel to me, and it made me feel gross. But anyways, or Chimp Crazy for those people who watch Chimp Crazy. I haven't, but I've heard of Chimp
Mm-mm.
Crazy. Um, so then she does ask him at this point, like, what exactly happened for you to lose your sight? He goes through that story with her again. We didn't know is that it actually took him a year to lose his sight because he didn't mention that before. That took him a year. Um, and that's, at that point, there's really nothing that could have been done. They talked about surgery, but they said it wouldn't result in anything.
Right.
And and she's like, do you think like you being blind was like a spiritual thing? And he's like, what?
Lord.
And she's like, because like if you had your sight, like I wouldn't be here. I'm sorry.
So where the
Wait,
fuck would
what?
you be?
You're only here because he's blind? Like seriously, I said this before. The minute he told her I'm blind, she got so turned on. Like I'm just like, what is happening? And it's obviously making him feel like shit.
Yep.
And she's like, everything just kind of happens for a reason. So maybe like you being blind was supposed to happen so that we could be together. And I'm like, how horrible of a person do you have to be to literally sit here and say, yeah, but then he kind of ends it off by saying, I love that she accepted my disability, but I
Uh-huh.
feel like she lives in an alternate universe. Yeah,
She does,
yeah.
absolutely.
What gave that away?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Those
you
eyes.
these eyes.
Cause my gosh.
Oh man, her eyes, man, it's something else. How about the fact that she says that she eats chicken, but don't let the chicken live? Like, I'm not gonna
Makes
take part
no
in that.
sense. Makes
You
no
are a part
sense.
of it. The circle of life, ma'am. You are a part of it.
She's an idiot.
Anyway, that's it for them. Our last couple for this episode. Like, I feel like I should put Vea and Rory instead of Vea and Sunny, but nonetheless, Vea and Sunny.
Yep.
So she's packing. She's nervous. about, everything, the time change, the long flight, everything. Like she's her not being prepared. She's just having a little bit of a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts crying. And they're like, "Why are you crying?" "I didn't sleep last night." So, I mean, I'm not making fun of literally sleep can make you
Stupid.
just spiral. I get it. But it's just because it's her. So she has 2 full days of travel to go through. Like, I don't, when I hear this, I'm like, do I really want to go to South Africa? I don't know if I do.
No, because
I don't
it's
know
just
if I do.
the travel alone is what will kill you.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. It's so much traveling.
Yeah. So she goes to pick up Rory in the cab and she's like, I feel comfortable with Rory here.
Of
I was like,
course you do.
are you with the wrong man? Like, that's okay to say you're with the wrong man.
Right?
Talk about history. Like, I don't know. And she, I think he says, like, I can tell when, she's kind of losing it or whatever. And she also just feels like Sunny with Rory being here. You should understand. Would you?
No, he would.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Not at all. So the plan is for Rory to go to his hotel, which I'm assuming is a different hotel than what they're in. And then I go with Sunny, and then I will tell him maybe in the first couple of days that Rory's here. How do you propose getting out of the airport without him seeing him?
Like common sense, they should have made a plan.
This bitch doesn't have a plan. This bitch's plan doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Not at all.
And she's like, I just hope that this doesn't delay him proposing to me. Well, he's like, don't you think that's a little too soon to be talking about proposals? And she's like, no, we've been talking, video chatting for a year. He's like, that doesn't count.
That doesn't mean shit.
Not at all. And Rory will tell off Sunny if he has to, depending on how he treats Vea, which is like, this is why your ex-boyfriend shouldn't be here. But then I
Mm-hmm.
also wrote, please do, for my entertainment.
Yep.
1 second. Okay, so where was I? Yeah. So yeah, she's like, we've been talking for a year, blah, blah, blah. And she oh, so when they get to the airport, she didn't even sign her passport. He's like, rookie move. Duh,
Of
you need to
course
sign your
she did.
passport. Um, and she says like this, she's like, oh wow, this plane is bigger than the ones I've been on because you're going international. So the planes are bigger than domestic flights, you dummy.
He's a fool.
Um, and she's like, I just hope that like I'm making the right decision bringing Rory here. The
You're
answer is
not.
no. No,
You're
you are
not.
not.
No.
It's like, this is gonna be messy as fuck. And I'm like, and I'm here for every minute of it.
Me too. Absolutely.
So they have landed in South Africa 2 days later. And he explains that he has not been in many relationships. He
Mhm.
only had his first kiss at 21, which was 4 years ago because he's 25 years old. And um, he's like, I can't read my handwriting. That's what I said. Yeah. And he's like, um, usually like, yeah, we got here. I'm worried. I don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously, Sunny still doesn't know the worries here. And I
Mm-mm.
think like her plan in this whole situation, once they've landed, is that he's just gonna camp out at the airport while she goes and sees Sunny, and then she's gonna do a code word for when he can leave the airport. How about just say, you can go now?
Yeah.
Why do y'all need a code word?
Just say you can go.
You can go now. We're in a cab now, like whatever. And like, I just feel like this is worse. Just tell him the truth.
That part. Again, just tell I don't understand why the people just can't just be tell me the truth. Like, hello.
Yeah. And she's like, when they get to the glass doors where he's waiting for her, she's like, I can look out into the glass doors. Like, I feel like he can like see you. And I'm like, he should have just known that he was coming.
Exactly.
Anyways, that's it for this episode. That's it for these people. We're gonna let Letitia go because she's tired.
I am. I'm falling asleep.
Yes, she is tired. So we're gonna go, but we'll see her again for seeking. So why do I keep saying seeking sister wife? Just sister wife, because he ain't seeking shit.
He really isn't.
So
Oh
yeah,
shit.
we'll have that coming up
Yeah.
at some point, either Friday or Saturday that will be out.
Yes.
So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps. Every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there. And you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.